Master, are you feeling okay?
Hey everybody. Hey everybody. How's it going? I know it's been a while. Welcome to our Blade and Soul Divine Break
Divine break.
update preview live stream. Sorry about that. Kind of getting all
Oh,
my
you
words
got this.
mixed up here. Oh, thank you, thank you. A little rusty, that's for sure. Excited to be here, and this is a little bit of a process in the making. We are still basically working from home or at home, trying to work during these uh, unprecedented times. So we have myself, Linda, and Brett here, and we're going to be going through the content of Divine Break. So
That's
want
right.
to give you a heads up. We are on the QA server, and because we're not really doing our normal setup, um, you might notice some strange things happening. We're not on the super cool office internet. We're using whatever our local provider is. But I hope that all goes well here. And really thank you for your patience during these definitely very interesting times. Okay, so you saw the
Interesting
trailer,
word
really
for
cool
sure.
stuff. The microsite. Oh, I'm sorry, Brett, you were saying?
Nope, you're good.
Nothing, nothing. Okay.
Roll with it.
I'm just gonna keep yapping here. You guys saw the trailer, really cool stuff. And then we also have our microsite. We got a lot of compliments. You guys really like the artwork on there, so thank you for that. And we definitely relayed that to our design team who put the site together. So be sure to register for the Shadow Crusade costume pack. Very simple pack, just free items. Log in. Basically, you can claim it the day that we go live on June 24th. We also have, I believe, the bonus login rewards for June that it's also live in game. So get in game, collect new rewards through the login rewards. So the overview of the show, is exactly what it is. We are going through Divine Break, the update. We're going to talk about the new act, Act 11, along with the new heroic dungeon that's going to be a part of it. Force Master Third Spec, we actually put out the article yesterday, so if you haven't had a chance to look at it, take a look at it now. But if not, you can always see it here in the live stream because we're going to do our best to kind of preview that class. We also have the tropical treasure trove because it's summer, despite the fact that it's like high
What?
60s outside right now. Whatever. Weather's been weird here in California, in my opinion. And then we're
Weather
going to
may
talk about
vary
the new
depending on
events.
what part of the nation you live
Oh, that's true. That's true. We did have that one week where it's like 90, and then it went down to like 70, and then now it's like high 60s. I'm a little bummed because I've been trying to grow this sourdough starter. I got it right here by my desk because I'm trying to keep it like super warm, and he is just straight up not maturing. So I'm like, I put them in his warm environment. I actually think he grew a little bit, but I might be wrong. He's actually extra bubbly. So if you guys are also doing sourdough starters, I don't know, man. I've been feeding this bad boy for like 3 weeks, almost a month, and he just doesn't want to mature. But I've been using the Discord to make waffles. His name is Yeasty Boys. Sorry, I keep looking on this side. The camera's over here. So that's my sourdough starter. So I'm gonna put that back over here. Like I said, he's like in this little warm environment. I'm just like, just mature. Anyways, we're gonna go over the events and a few other items and system changes that are part of this update. Right on. So before we kind of jump into, Brett talking about Act 11, I want to give you guys just a reminder that we do have the 2020 Cosmetic Design Contest going on
in. Oh
right
yeah.
now. If you haven't gotten the heads up, we did extend the contest out by a week. So the day to submit your design, sorry, the end date to submit your design is June 28th. So get it in if you haven't already. If you're still working on it, cool. You got a little more time. So looking forward to whatever's coming in. We already have a few, so really excited what you guys come up with in the theme that we've set as pop culture. Yes, it's a very broad theme, but whatever pops into your mind when you hear those words, and basically come up with something really cool. All right, so is there anything else, Brett? Am I missing anything else before we jump into that?
I don't think so. I mean, we could talk for a while about how excited I am about the cosmetic contest, but that's not necessary. As you probably noticed in game, we already have our the loading screen art contest we did. That
Mm-hmm.
loading screen art is in the game. So probably noticed. So that was awesome. So as usual, I'm super super stoked to see what our community comes up with.
Me too. It's definitely a contest. I know you guys look forward to
Yeah,
every year. It's something we definitely look forward to every year because there's a lot of creative talent out there, and we definitely want to embrace that. And we have like randomly picked up my stack of post-it notes because I'm just a little bit nervous. Like I said, we just haven't done this in a while, so I'm just like, I'm just kidding. I'm
you're
not
doing great,
hyperventilating.
Amanda.
I'm fine,
Breathe
guys.
in through
Oh,
the
thank you.
nose, out through the mouth. You got this for sure.
All right. Well, thank you for for your patience for that. So I'll let Brett kind of go into Act 11 and what's leading up to that. What's going on? What's going on, Brett?
So Act 11 is upon us, ladies and gents. I'm going to try to not be super spoilery. So just as a quick recap for what was going on in the previous acts. So I guess if you're a returning player, if it's been a while, or you're a new player and you don't want any spoilers for anything that's happened in the epic quests of the game, you might want to turn down your volume for a couple minutes or skip ahead if you're watching this later recorded
Earbuffs.
style. So a lot
Yeah.
of things going on. Mushin is made his way into the divine realm. He's up to no good. You uncovered a giant sacred relic, the Dawn's Edge, a big great sword, which, like the Twilight's Edge that Mushin used to go to the divine realm, can open up a portal between realms. So you can chase after him and stop his tomfoolery. You're waiting on the three sages to figure out a way to make that work so that you can get there to the divine realm. Um, the you in let's see, was it Act 9? You rooted out most of, but not quite all, of the Ebendrake cult and all their nonsense. And you found Princess Namsuyu, who's everyone's favorite, maybe least favorite. Is she a villain? Is she good? She was definitely not so good in Act
It's a
1.
love hate for her.
That's completely fair. Then you found her in Solok with her like pirate boyfriend, and it's like, oh, she wants to be good and rebuild a new life. Then pirate boyfriend got killed, but now she's about to be reinstated as the new empress of the empire of the um, Stratus Empire. Um, so Act and finally, how can I forget? Your friend Jin Soo Young is not Jin Soo Young anymore. She had this weird moment with the Dawn's Edge, and she reverted back to an adult. And as you would think might need to happen after you've been transformed from an adult into a child and suddenly reverted back to full adult, she pieced the French toast out and is probably meditating on life and what's going on. So what's going on with Jin Soyan? What's going on with Mushin? What's going on with the Divine Realm? These are all
Yeah,
things that
Jin's so
are
old. That's right.
going to be answered or partially answered as we get into Act 11. Um, so if we go to my machine for a bit, if you do have a character that has completed uh, the epic story up to this point, up to the end of Act 10, you will log in once the update goes live, and you will see in large clear letters, read the letter from Aang Hondu, and you, of course, have a letter from Imperial Aang Hondu, which you can click on here, and you can begin your Act 11 journey. I'll let you read it and listen to him on your own. And then he'll ask you to go to the royal quarters in Dasari Palace, which is where Chaya is now, and you'll proceed from there. Um, so yeah, that's it. I don't want to get into too many spoilers, except to say that there are a lot of characters, some new, a ton of returning characters. Some you would expect, some might have been teased in the trailer you saw earlier, and many more that I was surprised with by when I encountered them. So definitely a trip down memory lane, even as you're proceeding with the new parts of the story. Something I do want to make very clear in case there's any confusion. This is not the end game. This is not the final. This doesn't lead up to the final battle and the complete end of the storyline. We know that Act 11 is going to be the conclusion of this main story arc that started all the way with the prologue and Act 1. It's sort of like if you like a major franchise movie property. There's several movies in a row, and then they get to the last movie, and you know that there's going to be the final showdown and all that stuff. But there's so much going on that they have to split it into two movies. So this is the first of the final two movies. So it's not the end game. It's the it's the final countdown. It's the setup to the end game. Um, but it's a fun ride. Exactly. It's like Infinity War. If you're
I
familiar with
was
that
totally
particular,
thinking of the Hunger Games series where the four
yeah, the
movies
Hunger
instead of three,
Games,
right?
the Harry Potter. They split the final one with two movies.
That's true. That's
That
true.
sort of thing. Um, so when you do complete this section, this sizable section, if you will, of Act 11, you will gain access to a new heroic dungeon. Um, which I can show that area on my machine real quick. So this is the Halcyon Hills, Halcyon, which means like idyllic, uh, nice place to be. So because of Mushin's meddling, as we've seen, there's the barrier between the realms is kind of breaking down. There's demons coming into the earthen realm. There's all sorts of tomfoolery going on. And as you discover, that ends up being the case in the divine realm and other realms as well. So the Halcyon Hills is this orchard area that is attached to the divine realm. It's very pretty, very idyllic. It's a place where plants and animals and people all live in harmony and sing the in-game equivalent of Kumbaya. But due to Mushin's tomfoolery and meddling, things are going south in this area as well. So you will get a letter quest, and you will find Orchard Commander Sundu when you access this area, and he gives you the quest to
I'm
enter
Orchard
the area.
Commander Sundu.
Um,
I
so
suppose the harvest must
let
have
me
been
just say
great,
that
given disregard for protocol.
this guy
Our grove now, we will have nothing. Let's
this
start
guy's
the
hilarious.
mission.
I think this guy's really funny. I had such a blast working with the voice actor on this character.
Oh, sorry guys.
Oops.
Just
Yep. Sorry.
experiencing. Oh, he's back.
Sorry
Just
about
have a
that. Bear
minor
with
bit of
us.
lag here, folks, mostly because, as we have mentioned before, we are at home using our home connections. We're actually kind of like uh, connecting to another connection that connects into this, so you'll see a little bit of lag, minor disruptions. It's not exactly the same from when we actually live stream from the office because we have a special room for that. So I'm actually in my kitchen, sitting at my dining room table. You guys don't see it because I have that green screen behind me, but behind me is also my pantry. Um, I have a small apartment. Yeah. So not the usual professional setup we have, but we want to definitely do the show so you can see what's going on with this update. I will not be doing any
Yeah.
kitchen tours. Sorry, buddy. It's just very small place and it's a mess. Come on, let's be real. Let's
Well,
be real. We're
that's the beauty
quarantined.
of
Stuff's
the green
everywhere.
screen is you get to hide your dishes.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so this is a six-person dungeon. But by the way, my character is sporting the Shadow Crusade outfit, which if you do your pre-registration, as seen on the microsite, this is the costume set, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so this is the Halcyon Hills area. I'm not going to go through the dungeon, but just to show you real quick. So the local monkeys have all banded together, and they've raided this orchard in the Halcyon Hills, and they've claimed all the divine peaches for themselves, and now they're drunk off of power and doing their going ape, doing their monkey business, and
You hear
tomfoolery and
screaming.
comedy ensues. So if you go to this dungeon, you can see if I go to Control J, which as a reminder is a nice little tool to see, check out the dungeons, check out the recommended gear. You can see that Halcyon Hills is up here, pretty high on normal mode, and hard difficulty is right up by the top, up with the Steelbreaker. And as a reminder, it shows your recommended equipment by spec here. Now, you'll have to bear with us because this is not the final build. Some of the rewards are not showing their names at the moment. You can see there's a new earring you get, which is the Halcyon earring. There's a new Psyche item. There's this weapon chest here that gives you
Whoops. Hi again,
weapons.
folks. Brett's just having a little bit of connection issues. Just hold tight, like I mentioned.
Oh,
It's
am I
really
not?
fun. Oh, well, it's not really funny because we've been doing a lot of rehearsals and practice to make sure everything's been really good. And of course, the day of the stream. Um, yeah. Back.
Okay, so
Yeah, Brett's back.
yeah, yeah. So some of the items you can get if you finish it on hard mode, there is and I apologize if I'm missing things or there's a costume set which I'll show off in a bit. There are new Psyche items. There is a chest that you get that contains either a Storm Speaker earring, which you need to upgrade to 2 new tiers of PvE and PvP earrings, which we will go over in a little bit. Or there's also the other item you can get from the Halcyon Hills treasure chest is a legendary Forge Keeper Psyche item, which allows you to upgrade. It's a Psyche, so it boosts the stats for a legendary weapon, and it boosts your boss attack power and attack power. Other items you can see Elder Scales, Sealed Elder Scales. There's an item called Jay Chun's Energy. Jay Chun is the final boss guy here, who's sort of another iteration of the Monkey King legend. We already have Ogong in game. This guy's kind of another version, and as you can see, he gets all big and pink and Jolly Rancher gummy bear style.
Ooh, watermelon. Watermelon Jolly Rancher
Water,
is the best.
watermelon. There you go. So yeah, and then like I mentioned, there's a new costume if you complete this on hard difficulty, which I can show off here real quick.
Yeah, so on hard mode, there's a chance for this costume to drop. I think it was called the Wukong, right?
Yeah, this is the Wukong costume. Let's show Gone Mail. So he's still wearing his. I still have the accessory on from the Shadow costume.
It's definitely a dude costume because it looks really, I mean, obviously based off of the Monkey King. So, did they just give that male Jin like a beard?
No, well, so he has like
like a strap?
The head adornment has like sideburns for sure, but no, that's the face accessory from the other costume.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let's see if this should be.
It looked really fitting because it almost looked like he had this like sideburn thing, going on.
So the sideburns, the hair does come with the head accessory, so you do get the crazy hair. You can see it's like mutton chops that go all the way down. Yeah. So, Lynn female. Let's see.
I love the screaming monkeys in the back.
So monkey business, ape tomfoolery is in full effect, and this is the new dungeon, as you can see.
Awesome.
Recommended for level 60 or higher, and it'll have your gear recommendation here at the bottom.
Yeah, Hug Moon 23 minimum. That's what it's asking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
New heroic. Thanks, Brett. Thanks for going through that, and you can see those beautiful cherry blossoms. Yeah. So that wraps that up, and I'm gonna do my best to talk about the Force Master third spec, which is called Way of the Lightning. The main mechanic of this class is to basically summon these lightning orbs and then managing your overcharge, your recharge state. So on my PC, I have my Force Master. I think I made it Yun, but I made her face like really weird. I don't know. What I normally do is I take like a preset and then I kind of manipulate it from there. And I hope it looks good. But I thought she looked fine, and then I went in game and she looks weird, and I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's just my QA character. So I'm here in Mission Star. Whoops. Playing around with Force Master 3rd spec. So let's go into the talents. So you see here we have lightning. So in the first of the 5 rows of talents you pick from is either, you always need to pick Dark Spark or Bright Spark. And that actually changes the way the lightning orbs around you summon. So I think with Dark Spark, it's it's like revert. It's a light colored one. And then when you go into Bright Spark, it's like okay, lady. There you go. Oh, that's kind of cool. Now you can have both, but I don't think that's intended. Yeah, as you have dark orbs for Bright Spark. So the difference between these two is basically the skill makeup. Some skills will be AoE, some skills will become single target. So again, this is one of the situations where you like what fits you best. Like for me, I'm talking about a different class here, Warlock. A lot of people like the other spec, but I like the Distortion spec because I'm the type of character that dies a lot, and so Distortion allows a lot of HP regeneration for me. And granted, I know it's not the most powerful spec, also not the most powerful class at the moment. It's really geared to how you want to play this class. So Dark Spark makes Lightning Palm, Zap, Thunderbolt, Storm Wrath, single target skills, makes Lightning Strike, Volt Salve, AoE. Bright Spark makes Lightning Palm, Zap, Thundercloud, and Storm Wrath AoE skills, makes Lightning Strike, Volt Salvo as single target skills, decreases the speed of Thundercloud projectiles. They're all essentially the same skills. As you can see, they just kind of changes the way it works. I prefer Dark Spark right now, given what I've been able to play with and test with. It's kind of like fitting to how I like to play. It's definitely going to be a different environment when you actually, go into a dungeon or go into a raid or do whatever open world. That's kind of going to dictate how you set these skills.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, so the damage doesn't change between the two talents. It's just like Linda was saying. It's just whether certain skills are single target or AOE versus the other way around. So the damage and the effects stay the same between those two talents. But yeah, you're doing awesome, Linda.
Oh, thank you. I'm doing my best here. Brett and Pauline named all of these skills, so you might see some interesting puns as we go through it or as we play through it as well. So talent row number 2, it mostly affects the orange meter. Let me close this window here. This is watts, and you can charge it. It charges automatically as you go through. You use skills, and it charges it. It also can and as another meter, you use it for certain skills. So when I was first playing with it, I was a little confused because why wasn't this meter decreasing? But again, it's based on how you set your skills. So with its electric, it changes your transformer skill, which is the tab skill. Unlocks transformer skills. Duration can be extended by consuming watts. The skill ends automatically when all watts have been used. All watts being the orange meter you can kind of see on the side of my screen here. Strobe Trotter. Duration can be extended by consuming watts. The skill ends automatically when all watts have been used. And then Weather the Storm. Enhances Storm Warp skill. Enhances resistance effect by consuming watts. Removes the watts consumption effect of the transformer skill. So there's 2 different things here. And this is the skill that I was originally using, going, well, how come I'm not seeing any real usage out of watts? So I'm going to leave that there because that's kind of what I like so far. But again, that's going to be up to you and how you want to do it. Talent row number 3, Shock Therapy, alters the electrocute skill and adds additional things. I kind of like it on Heartstopper because, again, I'm not really good. You get into this bad habit of just kind of like base tanking everything, so allowing additional mechanics that kind of like freezes an enemy or puts an enemy in place without moving, and I can move, really helpful for me. So I'm keeping that there. Power play. This is really where you can see how your orbs are enhanced in a way, because when you summon the orbs, it gives you attack power, and then whatever you set here in your talent row 4 will depend on how the orbs work and how other stats. Like here you can see
what other
here.
stats it boosts, right? Correct.
Yeah. 4% dodge, 4% movement speed, lightning orb. This one gives you, piercing and accuracy and additional skill boost. And then here, damage reduction by 2. So this might be more for me because I get hit a lot. So this is probably where I want to be. And then talent row 5, Stormborn. So I'm going to go over this, but this basically dictates the state that you enter, or you basically transform, right? You go into the state of Stormborn. So this resists all status effect during Stormborn. This is increased movement speed during Stormborn. And then this increases damage reduction during Stormborn. Again, this is probably where I want to be because I get hit a lot. So I'm going to go through that. I'm going to take these talents and I'm going to just go through just a quick cycle of like these skills here on these training dummies. And then we're going to go into the state of overcharge as well. So I'm summoning these orbs. It's kind of like interesting because you can just go through a couple of rotations and just kind of try things out and see how you like it and whatnot, right? So I have 3 orbs, now I have 4 orbs. You really kind of have to watch it because I'm like so not used to like not spamming right click. So when you summon your 5th orb, you go into a state of overcharge. And I'll summon it again right now. So 3rd orb, 4th orb, 5th orb, and you see a meter. And then when you actually hit the state of overcharge, you can actually go into Stormborn, that where we were talking about. So let me again, because you only have a meter, you have a limited time where you can enter Stormborn. So you can stay in it, you cannot stay in it, you can still use your skills. But when you enter Stormborn, you hit left click again, you levitate off the floor, and you have all these really cool skills to use. And I love them all. And then the meter ends, you exit out of Stormborn. I accidentally smashed a different key doing all these extra skills. You can even enter Stormborn without having to do any real attacks if you don't feel like it. But so I'm just out of it looking.
Yeah, so you can see too that as she summons orbs, the lower row of skills, several of them aren't available unless you have at least 3 or more of the light orbs.
That's right. Mentioned there are certain skills that you can only use in Stormborn as well. So I think if you play Assassin, you will notice that you can transform into that assassin, or you summon that assassin. So this, you kind of like move in this like cool levitation. Almost feels like this whole like storm thing going on. Of just like hello. At least that's how I feel. So let's go into that. You can actually use F to teleport and like do more damage. So it gives you a lot of movement if you can utilize it. And I'm like awful at it. The V skill is definitely one of my favorites because you can be like pew 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 pew. Anyways, that's kind of like a quick preview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you can see, this spec is all about charging up and dishing out a ton of damage. This is a good spec if you are really into like licking batteries and getting that little buzz. If you enjoy electrical engineering, did you ever do that as a kid, where the people like handed around to like
no, I've never licked batteries as a kid, Brett. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, it's just not my thing.
All right, I'm gonna let that comment die. And but no, very cool. Yeah, it's a new look for the. I know I'm not alone in licking batteries, but yeah, as Linda showed, tons of ways. A lot of damage to ramp up, to unlock powerful skills. Great spec for if you like kiting, if you like doing damage from afar. A lot of our third specs that have come out have been more melee based, so this is a great opportunity to do a different take on the Force Master, be a ranged attacker. Yeah, and I think it's also fairly intuitive. It's fairly simple to get the hang of it. The left mouse button skill that generates lightning orbs Sort of similar. I think it's almost similar to like the gunslinger has the reload skill, using that to unlock more powerful skills, and if you need to, go into overcharge or into that stormborn mode. And yeah, otherwise, you're just dishing out punishment. You're just yeah. But yeah, so
Thank you,
I think
Brett.
it's simple to learn, intuitive to play, but it has enough going on in terms of combos, in terms of different talent combinations, that there's a lot in the meta for you to play with and enjoy.
I'm trying. Like I'm such a like key spammer, so I'm like, there's definitely a little bit of control you have to exert using like the left mouse button and the right mouse button because you kind of like click back and forth really quickly sometimes depending on the certain classes you play. So there's definitely a little more control exerted here. And I'm like, when I was first playing through it, I was kind of like teleporting all over the place. I'm like, what's going on here? But again, of course, in the early QA builds, you're just kind of like, there's no text. What am I reading? So that definitely made it for some very interesting times for sure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
learning
Well,
about these
thank you
safe
so
spots
much
is
for
good.
that, Brett. And then, like I said, Brett and Pauline had some fun writing up the descriptions and all the text and naming everything. And I'm sure you guys are probably in the midst of naming everything too. So with Force Master, I want to mention that we do have the accessories and Mystic Badge and Soul Badge exchange. So I did summon myself a few accessories to show you here and how you can do it. I'm gonna pull up the Dragon Express as well. I'll do that later. So I have certain rings and earrings and accessories on my character. The Force Master third spec freebie page kind of goes into them a little bit more in depth. So like I have the Grand Celestial ring, and you can use currently the lightning emblem to switch into the lightning specialization. So it has to be a Celestial Emperor stage 10 or the Awaken ring. So anything lower, you need to bump that baby up, and then that's when you can kind of switch specs. And that's kind of currently what it is anyways if you want to switch between Frost and Flame. So same. So I have the earring. Oh, was that the ring? They all look the same. The emblem for that. Thornbreaker necklace. Whoopsies. Which one do I have? Oh, I guess I have the lightning spec necklace right now, and the emblems are actually available in the Dragon Express. I'm not in the right tab. I'm still not in the right tab.
Yep, down there. There you go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's
Right.
the badges.
Leading you
Yeah.
astray here, Linda. Leading
No,
you
no.
astray.
Okay, it's in the Dragon Express. And you can see I will go in through how to exchange your Mystic badges and your Soul badges. And you can use that emblem for that. So for other accessories, I also have the Star Collar bracelet here. You will need, is this the right spec? Yeah, you will need the Unrefined bracelet in order to evolve it, to switch the specs. So for the higher tiers one, it's again mentioned in the news post that you will need the certain unrefined bracelets to swap over. And that's currently true for, switching between the two available specs. So Ron's badge and my Wing Rise Soul badge. So I just have these two that I've been playing around with. So you can use those to also exchange in the Dragon Express, specifically the legendary Wing Rise Paragon Acceleration. You can swap them in the equipment window. There's a lot to go through. That's a Mystic Soul badge. Using the compass. The compass is also in the Dragon Express for gold and Naru silver. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there's the emblem. It's the first tab. I missed it.
And then I think the compass items are the far right tab.
Oh, far right tab. Oh, there we are. So yeah, 10 silver, 1 Naru silver, 10 gold, excuse me, 1 Naru silver, and then you can switch your soul badge from there. So you can go to Acceleration or you can go Paragon. You can swap between those 3. Or those 2. 3 including the one that you have. So for your Mystic badge, it used to, you have to like, we've done so many different iterations of it, but this time it's also on the Dragon Express. Dragon Express is the place to be. Here, yeah, and you can swap it here. So I only have the non-awaken or non-stage, so I can swap it for this one, I hope. Yes, do I want to purchase? Yes, so I have swapped it.
So yeah, the Dragon Express is where you can get the Oscillation and Escalation Mystic badges as well.
Pretty straightforward. I just bought a random one, so do buy the one that fits you best. Sorry. Cool. I think that kind of goes over the accessories and the badges.
Yeah.
Sorry, losing my frame of mind there. And yeah, so that kind of wraps up Force Master Third Specialization. I do hope you guys are excited for this because I haven't played Force Master in a really long time, so I do find this new class spec kind of cool and different. Lightning is always fun, for sure. So Force Masters, have fun. If you're looking to make a new class, this might be a good opportunity to try out some
Absolutely.
cool pew
Completely
pews,
agree.
lightning pew
Yeah.
pews.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's fairly simple and straightforward, fairly easy to learn, but there's definitely enough going on that there's lots to dig into and explore and check out. So yeah, I like it a lot. Thank you so much for showing showing that
Oh,
to
thank
all
you,
of us, Linda.
all of us. And again,
Articulate
Divine
my
Break
words.
drops June 24. I almost said November 24. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
and I apologize. I may have misspoke about licking batteries before. Um, if not everyone has experienced that as a child, you probably don't. Probably would not recommend that. Some people are really into that. So I apologize. PSA: be careful with electricity. Don't do anything
yes.
dangerous.
Be careful,
Use common
electricity.
sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't
Be safe.
miswater
Be
an
smart.
electricity. Be safe. Be smart.
Yes.
If you want the electric experience, throw on the electric slide and pretend you're at a wedding from the early 90s or something.
What is the
Anyways,
electric slide? Can you do the electric slide in your chair? It's a certain like movements. Like
well,
I'm
not
not exactly
gosh,
sure
it's
what
been
it
a while.
is.
Not really. It's like you go. It's like do the feeling. It's electric, and then you go the other. Oh my god! And then you go like back, and then you go like front. There's. I mean, it's different things you can do with your hands, and then you like turn, you pivot, and then you go
Mm.
do the same thing. So you kind of just go in a square. There, yeah. There. You could if you're interested in the electric slide and don't know what it is or need a refresher, there's much better much better resources for you available on the interwebs um, than me with the green screen behind me in my chair. Um,
I think you look great. You look great. That was great. I appreciate the the tutorial. I don't know. Maybe we'll bring it back. Maybe it'll be back. Or did it ever really leave?
good question.
All right, guys. Well,
I'll leave
thanks for
that for the
listening
cool
to
kids to
us
decide.
ramble. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do want to talk about the tropical treasure trove.
Tropical
Back
treasure
for its
trove.
quarterly reappearance. We have new costumes. There's a pet in there, and some gems, and all those goodies. And then Brett's gonna go through that with you guys. For you
Yeah.
guys.
Yes. So Trove has arrived. The tropical treasure trove is back. Bringing up the UI here. So I'll go through the info, through some of the rewards, and make sure you can see this. So as usual, there's well, I guess backing up a little bit. As usual, you can unlock one trove every day for free, and then you unlock more by getting keys and getting these key items, which currently don't have text in game. and then the expansions to open up more rows as you go through the Trove. As usual, the more Troves you open, the more bonus rewards you get. These are the tiers this time around. You can see some Radiant Stone chests, some upgrade materials, um, earring chests, uh, pet packs going down the line, sparkling Radiant Stone chests. So you have a reset item, unfind necklace chest, and we'll go down here. Elder scales, etc. And then we have some new psyche items here at the bottom. Again, apologies that the text is not in place yet. So these two psyche items at the bottom here. This bluish one with the kind of mountain on it is the legendary Beast Tamer psyche. So this one can be used to augment stats for your pet aura that are legendary grade or higher, and it boosts critical damage and mystic. And then this other one to the right is the legendary Sage's Psyche, and that upgrades a soul item, boosting critical damage and mystic as well. And if we go into the rewards proper here, see there's quite a bit. We have souls, hearts, quite a few gems, including Dyad Gilded, all the way up to Pentagonal. Lots of gems. We also have regular and dualer gilded squares and triangulars, gilded obsidian garnets. Some more items here. Soul shield chests. And then we get into cosmetics, including skill illusions and more reputation charms and things like this. The cosmetics, y'all. There's some fun stuff happening. So you can see there's also the previous set of Psyche items is available. Apologies that I'm going through this so fast. Basically, there's a ton of items, but let's talk about some of the cosmetics. So there's a new pet, the Clock Stopper pet. Pretty cute.
Those eyes, they
There.
haunt you.
The eyes.
She has nice hair.
Eyes.
I'm jealous. I wish my
Does
hair
have
looked as
nice,
good as
nice
hers.
hair. The eyes are a little disturbing. I'm not gonna lie. Boss mode. We have the new. I think this is pronounced Catalia costume set, which includes this adornment, which is kind of like the
Whoa.
Evan Drake circle we had before. I believe this was the 2019 Thailand. Oh yeah, it says right here, 2019 Thailand costume design winner. So a costume design winner from another territory, which is always very cool to see. And I did not know this, but a cat. I think it's pronounced Catlia. If someone in the chat knows how to pronounce the name of this word,
Cattle, yeah.
Cattle, yeah. That sounds like
Cattle,
a dude
yeah.
ranch or something.
Something like that. Dude, I've
That's
been
a type
watching
of
so much
orchid?
YouTube TV. Oh, sorry. That's when I go on a rant about animals. I'm just watching so much YouTube TV because, like, I don't know, what else am I gonna do at home, right? And they have like some of these really cool shows with like some veterinary shows, and you're like, whoa, it's pretty cool.
Interesting, like back window going on here. Let's see if the females have that too. Oh yeah, the females always have open back, or frequently have open back. There's the Lynn male.
That female Lynn is so thick. It's so great.
Perhaps I'll go for a stroll in the park.
So I'll just show the animation real quick on when you move around with this this adornment. It's pretty cool. So it spins around and everything. And there's also a cot costume for the same set, which I think is very cute. So there is the Catalia cat, if you will.
I always love like the little underwear or booty shorts they put on cats. There's something funny about it.
Yeah. Also, we have the Cosmos Illusion Weapon chest. We have perhaps.
Did that one say sealed?
It says sealed. Yes.
cool. So that means it's tradable.
Exactly. And I'm so excited for this, y'all. The demigod costume set designed by our own amazing in-house artist, none other than Dante. This is very cool. He put a lot of time and effort into this set, and it really shows. It's obviously based on Greek or Greco-Roman, if you will, mythology. So the female sets have kind of this owl theme, kind of an Athena thing going on, because Athena had an owl.
Mm-hmm.
All this, very cool. Level of detail is amazing. Um, and then the male set is based around Mars or
Yeah.
what's his name?
Yeah, Mars, Aries.
God of War. Aries, the God of War. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see it has this kind of ram set. Super cool. The detail on the greaves here, everything. Really, really well done. Was that a random
That
person walking
NPC
by
is
my
like,
character?
shut
Yes.
up, Brett.
Super cool. And we have a familiar costume for this as well, which is sort of based on Hermes or Mercury, everyone's
Mm-hmm.
favorite FTD florist, messenger god. And it looks so cool. Look at that guy with his like eagle helmet and his little like winged cat booties things. So yeah, super cool costume. It also comes with there is also, I should say, there is also um, let me find it. There is a set of illusion weapons as well, which I will show you now. So again, they're split between Athena and Ares in theme. So this is the staff,
I love
sword.
visiting Merchant Square. So many amazing deals.
So many amazing deals. So again, you see the kind of ram um, Ares. Bangle with the Athena owl. Axe. So the ones with the stabby bits tend to be Ares themed. The ones that don't have stabby bits tend to be Athena themed.
Stabby bits. I love that.
Yeah, you can see the little owl face on the bottom of the pistol here. Super cool. These came out great. Great sword for the wardens. And the bow is Athena themed as well. So yeah, super cool set that's available with Trove. Yeah, so I think that's let's see. I'm trying to think if I missed anything.
I think you got the gist of what was in it. So you got, the demigod costume is available in Trove only right now, but I do want to mention that we will be having a Twitter giveaway sometime early next week. Just want to give you a heads up where we're going to be giving away the demigod's costume. So follow us on Twitter, keep your eye on Twitter, because if you don't feel like getting it in Trove, you have a chance to get it in our giveaway, Twitter giveaway. So next week.
For sure.
Not going to tell you when, because I want you to watch our channel. No, there's no electric slide performance.
Performing the electric slide will not be required, but is recommended, is highly recommended, just as a general light cardio workout, perhaps.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we should have done a contest for that. It's like, show us your best electric slide for the Force Master 3rd spec, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of waving my arms around, but, I'm like, damn, why did I think of this content earlier? Sorry, whatever.
Linda's electric boogaloo over here. But yeah, that's the Trove.
So.
It will be use your Trove keys and expansions until July 7th.
Yes. And the Trove article should be up on our website as well if you just want to take a look-see at that. And again, we will be giving away a few demigod costumes next week on Twitter.
So good. So good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Special shout out and
basically
thanks to
Trove.
Dante again.
Oh yes, special shout out to Dante. He took like a month to work on it because there was just so much intricacy. There were so many different iterations of it, and we were literally like sitting through a couple of different meetings, going like, "Oh, we should go with this. Oh, I like that better. I like that better." There's so many differing opinions, and then we kind of worked together and finalized the designs that we sent over to the dev team, and the art team worked on it. Cool. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go over the events. Give me 1 second. Please don't spam in chat, guys, because I will time you out. Okay. All right, events. So there's 2 events, as we like to call it. The first one is it's more of a freebie. It's the Force Master Lightning Reinforcement chest. We've given away a chest very similar for each third spec release. So with the Force Master one, you'll see one in, is it in F10? Let me see. Maybe F. No, it's not in F10. I should have summoned the bundle, but it's okay. The bundle does contain accessories and some moonlight buds, octagonal gem that could be great for what do you call it? A new Force Master or any new class. But there's also a special bundle inside that same chest for Force Masters only. So if you've been looking to start a Force Master or you have a low level Force Master, this chest will kind of give you a small little boost to kind of get started on raising that alt character or your new main into a super elite character or class. All right, so that's kind of like the first giveaway freebie. And then we have the next event is the Realm Trotter event. You basically are going to do daily quests, daily challenge, weekly quests to earn the Realm Trotter coins. Realm Trotter coins can also be earned through completing the first few chapters or the available chapters of Act 11. It'll also be available through your login rewards. So collect these Realm Trotter coins to exchange for the items that I'll show you in Dragon Express. So first things first, let me go into my daily challenge windows. So you will need to complete 5 daily challenges for a 1 Realm Trouter coin, but every day one of the weekly daily quests will also give you additional Realm Trouter coins, and that those details will be available tomorrow on Friday, and I'll have a big preview of all those events. I won't be able to show it to you because today's Thursday and everything's a little bit different every day, so I won't be able to really see it here on the QA client, QA server. And then, did you get anything? No. Thank you. This is the Realm Trotter Reinforcement Chest. So if you complete 7 daily challenges, you get this reward box. You can see it gives you 2 Realm Trotter coins. Yes, Realm Trotter coins, a chance for one of those sets of crystals, and a chance also for those other rewards, including, Elder Scales, Pet Pouch, Pet Pack, excuse me, and Sacred Vows. For weekly quests, depending on the weekly quest, it will also give you Realm Trotter coins, but it's not part of the weekly challenge. So you won't see the rewards here for the weekly challenge. It will only be when you complete the weekly quest of certain raids. Again, those details will be available on our event preview news post. Just kind of like want to make sure you get all the correct words on there. Cool. I think that kind of sums up. Oh, that doesn't sum up. Let's go into the Dragon Express where you can buy the goodies. Is it this one? Nope.
Second
It's
from right,
this
maybe?
one. Thanks. So with the Realm Trotters coins that you get from completing Act 11 or the chapters of Act 11, the daily login rewards and completing weekly challenges, weekly quests, daily challenges, weekly quests, daily quests. You can spend these coins here in the Dragon Express. We have a costume here, upscale. That's the one you saw Brett wearing on his first character. I'm wearing a different hair adornment. That's the Catlia hair adornment. So this is for Yun. Lynn. She looks like she's about to go into the office.
It sort of reminds me of like Agent Carter, but more like sassy.
Yeah. Engines. I think it looks best on Yun's. Maybe it's the shoes. It almost looked like capris or something. I almost thought that for a second. Hey, not bad. This looks like something from like a Great Western or something. Oh wait.
Like Prohibition.
I'm like, wait, there's
era
no veil.
boots.
Oh, those are some interesting gloves. It looks like he just dyed his fingertips. Anyways, sorry, random
Yeah,
comment.
they don't go all the way to the wrist. They're shortened gloves.
It's kind of like socks, or just like barely cover your like heel, and then they always slip. Like the pair that I'm wearing right now. Nice shoes. So that's upscale. There's also a hat. Can you preview the hat? Oh dang, is that really the hat?
Yeah, no, you can preview the hat. There it is.
That's
From that
cool.
character as well.
So don't mind the costume because I'm wearing the Catlia costume. So that's the upscale hat, or the upscale adornment. I like it. It looks good. And for dudes, it's a cap. They should have put a flower on it at least. But I mean, it'd be kind of cool if a dude could wear like the fufu hat. Alright, so we also have the Divination Psyche that you can grab. Sacred Vials, Pet Packs, the usual transformations, transformation stone crystals, premium transformation stone crystals. The usual set of items that we may have available during events. So that basically summarizes the event preview. And then, you know, I'm going to mention some of the dungeon adjustments. Skill breaker rate difficulty has been reduced. And so some of the bosses' AP has been lower, general lowered AP, reduced skill damage and effects. I mean, it's not all those entirely. It's just some of the things have been applied here. And those full details will be available in the patch notes. The enrage timer has been adjusted for Temple of Illuvium and Nightfall Sanctuary, so that affects Flaming Asura, Great Thrall, Hive Queen, the Beastkeeper, the Shield Bearer, something like that, stuff like that. Nayu Sanctum is actually going to be unavailable. I mean, it's not like you guys are really playing that content. Well, maybe you are. It's going to be unavailable. We got word that it's going to be refreshed, apparently, so I'm not exactly sure when that's actually going to happen, but just a heads up, it's not going to be available. So those are really kind of the major dungeon changes. You know, I've seen some tweets asking about there's any MSP changes. There's no changes to MSP this update. Cool. And skills. I did see some questions about what's the latest skill update we're getting. So all those skill information will be available in our patch notes, and that is going to be on June 23rd. The skill updates we received go all the way up until May 20th, I believe. And again, those will be all detailed in the patch notes. Cool. Brett already mentioned we have some new psyches that you can get. There'll be some new psyches also available that you can pick up from certain dungeons. And then there will be a new PvE, PvP earring. I'm going to get this mixed up. So what are those earrings, Brett?
Yeah, I can show them on my client
Sorry,
actually.
you told me what the
No, no,
name
no,
is, and then I'm gonna
no
completely say the
worries.
wrong one.
So if you go into the upgrade paths here, this earring is one that you get from the Halcyon Hills dungeon, the new Halcyon Hills dungeon. Just to show you where I'm at, uh, this is a new tier in the PvE PvP section of the earrings tab in the upgrade paths. This earring um, you get from Halcyon Hills, and it can be upgraded into either of these two. So to go the more PvP route, you'll need the Halcyon earring, this blue one, which you also get from Halcyon Hills, and 10 soulstone crystals. Or if you want to go the other route, there's a more PvE focused, which you'll need the Ayonka earring, as well as this Storm Speaker earring. And the two new paths are Summation, um, which is this one, which is more PvP focused, and this one is Concourse. Um, Oopsie daisy, what am I doing here?
I was still gonna get it wrong. I was gonna call it Continuum. See, that's why you gotta do this.
So the Concourse earring is more, as you can see, PvE focused, giving boost to boss attack power and Mystic, and those go all the way up here to Awakened. You can see the stats here. Um, Basically on the same tier as the new Silver Steel earrings that we received from the Steelbreaker content, um, just on PvE and PvP paths, depending on which is preferable to you. Um, we also have, as we mentioned a little bit, we also have some new Psyche items. So our friend Jansore here, our little Lin
Oh, that's right.
merchant, if you go to him, um, this is a item called Jay-Chun's Energy, this item that I'm hovering over. Jay-Chun's Energy that you get from the Halcyon Hills dungeon. And if I exchange that as well as a Kuldrak Psyche or Smoldering Psyche, I can get one of these two new Psyche items. Let me make sure I have these squared away. So this one at the top is the Legendary Champion Psyche, and that augments stats for a Legendary Soul Shield. Soul Shield that is 1 through 4, the first 4 Soul Shields in a set. And this other one here is the Legendary Conqueror Psyche, and it does the same thing, boosting a Legendary Soul Shield that it's number 5 through 8. And both of these augment stats being boss attack power and critical damage. So those are the stats that these will augment. And Jinsori, as usual, has all his other stuff here. So some new earring tiers, some new Psyche items that will allow you boost stats for various different accessories and items. So lots of augmenting to be had with Psyches.
Thank you, Brett. Yeah, and again, this is the QA server, so you may have noticed that there's some missing text over certain items, and those should be resolved by live. We're still kind of
For
working
sure.
towards our launch date on the June 24th, which is next week, Wednesday. Woohoo! Exciting times.
Woo-woo.
Alrighty, guys. So that kind of basically summarizes Divine Break. Don't forget to register for our Shadow Crusade costume pack. It's free. You just need to sign up with your NC account.
That's all you need to do.
I know I wasn't able to get to a lot of your questions in chat. It's a little bit difficult, kind of like multitasking here. So if I miss anything, you really need some answers to hit us up on Twitter, post it on the forums. I'll do my best to get them answered if I can. So today, we've posted the treasure trove articles. We'll also have our items and systems preview. We did go over some of that already in game, and then hopefully you'll find some more information on our items and system news post. Force Master Third Spec news post is also live. It went out yesterday. Um, Literally every day is like Saturday to me or something weird like that. It just meshes together. Um, yes. So events preview will be tomorrow. I did go over it again in live stream, but we'll have full details that you can read more easily in a digestible manner rather than me like clicking all over the place like, oh. Anyways, so again, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for bearing with us during some technical difficulties. And please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. We also have Instagram now too, so we've been posting some pictures. I want to do some more
Oh,
behind the
great.
scenes, but I don't know if you just want to see me like, chilling in my chair, be like, hey guys, what's up? No, I'm not going to do that. Not really behind the scenes, but we'll try to have some more behind the scene moments as well. But right now, just some really cool art. And we're going to also post some orthos from Dante's demigod outfit, so you can kind of see how that all got created together. Again,
Very cool.
thank you all for tuning in today. Take care, be well, and we will see you guys soon.
Yep.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Stay safe, stay sane, stay awesome.